Hi, Nimrod. Nimrod, I'm here with Nimrod Lehavi, CEO and founder of Inevitable Group and other startups in the past. So Nimrod just asked me before we started reporting. He said it's been a while, and I'm trying to think. Like, did we have a one-on-one meeting? I remember we met at that cafe around 2013 ish to talk
Yeah,
about Bitcoin.
2012, 2013. I think we sat like more than once in the Bitcoin embassy and, having coffee or having falafel, which we tried to pay with Bitcoin, which wasn't very successful at the time.
Yeah, I mean, we were in various forms of contact throughout this time, but I don't know, that first meeting really struck a bell, and it feels like actually this is like a second iteration of that first meeting in the age of AI or the inevitable AI.
So someone just asked me like, I saw that I was getting heavily involved with AI. He told me like, you're the crypto guy. I told him, no, I'm just the fire starter. The gasoline used to be crypto and now it's AI. That's all.
Yeah, when in 2023 when when ChatGPT started coming out and like we had I remember the ChatGPT moment. I was on vacation, then I read about it, and it felt like 2011, like something huge is happening now.
I
Uh,
think, well, for me also, I mean, crypto for me was like a year later. So here, I think for me it was also like a year later than you. I think you just understand things in an earlier phase. But yeah, I mean, it was like definitely like it felt like a complete transition from a parlor trick to something which we can understand how it's going to change everything.
yeah, yeah, and we're seeing phases of that evolve, right? I don't know how you divide the phases of like the evolution of AI. People think that AI started in 2023, right? There was that, I guess, phase zero before that, and then ChatGPT and agents, and what we're seeing now.
In the I don't know if you remember, but it used to be like a very common saying that if you're writing machine learning, you're writing it in Python, and if you're writing NI, you're writing it in PowerPoint.
Yeah, my wife actually she published a book, Woman Up, that sort of speaks about the how women in tech and then different phases, and she published it just like maybe 2 years ago, uh, 2 3 years ago, and like the chapter on AI and a lot of chapters in the book actually turned irrelevant. At first, the chapter about data science, how you do data science, and then even the structure of companies, right? She speaks about the org chart, right? And how do you want to progress, and then
Everything. Yeah,
what
everything. Org chart should be like a simple person, so there's no really use for a chart. And yeah, everything changes and everything. I love the velocity, the fact that the entire progress is exponential. I love it. It's phenomenal. Like everything you can think of will be different in a year. So I'm enjoying it immensely.
yeah, I have I have questions I prepared, what you're doing, and I have to ask you before. Have you have you been reading the Kolsky's book, or like this um what's the name of the movement? I don't know, Stop AI, like what the Entropics latest move, or not move, like publication, right? They said we
I
should all stop but
Yeah, sorry, but first of all, they're the market leaders, so for them, clearly, it's very easy to say, "Okay, everyone, let's stop." And second of all, it's futile. It's not going to happen. Nobody's going to stop.
generally I'm a naive person. I self say that about myself, and I know that I'm missing a lot, right? So there's probably all these layers of they're pumping and hyping towards the IPO and etc. But I also think that I don't know. I read Yudkowsky's book, and it really shook me. Uh, Basically, the claim, the book's name is "If anyone builds it, everybody dies," right? And it's talking about this
Yeah, I heard
self-referred
about it. Yeah.
building, and he says basically that it's a hard call to predict how things are going to be, how going to fucked up, right? Because there are so many different paths. But
Mhm.
it's so clear that if we continue the way we are, things are going to get fucked up in some way because
I don't know. I don't know. I think that the human race is rather resilient, and I think that the resilience that the human race has proven through many changes and shifts and revolutions, even though I definitely agree that this one is different in orders of magnitude. But I'm also I'm a hardcore optimist, so I can definitely see how it's going to end well. Again, if you're throwing books, I'll throw some sci-fi books like The Culture. I don't know if you read it, like the Culture series.
okay.
I love the books, and it has like an amazing concept of going beyond scarcity economics with huge minds with a capital M, which are like full on AGIs, way smarter, way faster. They're basically running things, but humans can do whatever they want. They can live as long as they want, go wherever they want, have whatever they want. So, it can go that way as well.
Yeah, I think I'm looking. I was ever since hearing about the singularity many years ago.
Yeah.
I've been, and as being an optimist in nature as well. I've been saying, yeah, let's get there. When are we
Yeah.
getting? And
Yeah.
let's do wonderful things. And I actually heard today that the first this week the first I don't know, drug to reverse human aging was tested on humans.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it's like from the last 72 hours, I think. So it's like I think it is being enabled by AI. All of this innovation, like it's speeding up
Yeah.
everything. Um, hmm. So I just want to say that we're starting this podcast now. The last founder, and it's a sort of play on the words, right? Because we're looking at founders and how to build companies and org charts, and how existing companies are going to handle it, and how new companies are going to handle it. So I'm very interested in your company and like in what you're doing. If you want to tell us a bit.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So it started kind of naively, I think last September or so, and we um, basically it was a kind of singularity moment for me at least with coding. With at the time I think I was using mostly Codex, but I was trying all of them all the time, and it was it was nice, it was interesting, but it wasn't like a wow moment until around September, I think. And then I understood it's going to be like a complete change in the way we develop software. And I was speaking with Ofer, who used to be my COO on Simplex and now my partner. And we were talking about like what could be the implications. That I told him, listen, wherever software is the main thing, it's going to go down to zero. So like there's no barrier. It's going to take no time, no effort, no money to develop software. And we were just talking about, okay, who's going to suffer first? It's going to be the SaaS companies. So I created the list. I know. Now everybody's saying it, but we said it in September. So I created a list of like 100 companies, which ChatGPT estimated would be the fastest to develop. Number one was Calendly.
Mm-hmm.
uh, Estimated it in 10 days of development. I thought it was, rather optimistic. I mean, I haven't written code like myself in, I don't know, a decade, but I gave it a shot and it took me 3 days. And that's when I was constantly waiting for the rate limit on the tokens to refresh. So, we said, okay, this is going to be wild. So we said we'll try like building 2-3 companies, and then I spoke about it with a few of my friends. Some of them are very wealthy. I have a surprising number of friends who've sold their companies. So we raised 6 million in like a couple of weeks, and so now we're aiming to build 50 such companies instead of 3. We already launched 5 of them. We started working in January. We launched already 5. There are 5 others in the oven, which we're going to launch like in the next month or two. And again, we're aiming to launch 50 such companies. Each company is essentially ran by a solo entrepreneur handling everything, development, marketing, biz dev, everything, design, product, everything is done by a single person. And it's meant to provide kind of a lifeline to the SaaS company. I think that every company is a living organism. They don't want to die. And they'll do anything in their power not to die. And you can see it happening now with Wix. Avishai was smart and smart enough and have enough foresight to understand where it's going. The time of the thousands of people on the payroll per company, that time is done. I mean, there's no use in having that. We can create. We've created already, excuse me, and launched products that are on feature parity with some of the largest SaaS companies in a month two of a single person working.
Feature parity, and like what separates like these companies from the originals is just like their user base and their brand
Yeah,
and
so we're working on the marketing still. We're starting to see some rewards, but the fact that we can, let's say up until now we've done Calendly naturally, also Intercom, Typeform, WalkMe, and Greenhouse. Those are the ones that already launched. So first of all, the fact that you can reach feature parity, in a single person working for a month, and you can reach feature parity with a company that has, I don't know, 1,800 people on the payroll is insane in my eyes. And now we're just providing the same features, only AI first. So you have like AI chat everywhere in the application, and it's costing you 10% of the original company cost
or
because
it's even beyond feature parity in a way because like
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
it is like more convenient for the end users.
Yes, but again, we don't want to shove AI down the throat of every user. So we're doing feature parity, same designs, or close enough design so people will understand. But still, yes, you have chat everywhere. You can do everything. They have all of the application have full MCP on all the functions. So basically, you can register, log in, connect your Cloud Code or OpenClaw or whatever is your favorite agent, connect it with the system and work through that.
So what these companies are embracing AI as well, right? So like are
Yeah, yeah,
there
yeah. They're
so
built on top of it. Everything is done with AI.
yeah, I mean like, they are adding the same chat interfaces as well to them.
The original SaaS companies, yeah, but they're with them usually it's mostly bolted on top. Like they add not very good AI interface somewhere, which can I mean like as an example. I mean
They do the checkbox.
I have the Aura Ring, which
I just got the Aura 5 yesterday. Yeah.
I hope for you, I have it for like 6 months. It's basically boring. I mean, it's not giving me, I don't feel it's providing me with any actual value. So I'm probably going to stop using it. But they recently added an AI agent to the application and it sucks. I mean, it's somewhere like you need like 3 clicks to get to it. It doesn't, when last time I tried to like start using it and it just failed. And this is the classic thing I would want. Only AI. I'm not interested in seeing daily graphs and daily pop-ups of the application. I would want to understand like what can I improve, what should I don't know, insights.
Insight, yeah.
Yeah, tell me interesting things, don't just show me the regular graph of my sleep. I'm not interested. That's not why I have like 24/7 monitoring of my blood no, well, not blood pressure, but like pulse and sleep patterns.
So just to FYI, I've been working, me and a friend who's been working on an app called Balance for the last 6 months. And it's an app like, starting with an app for bipolar, people with bipolar. I have bipolar with the rapid cycle, ultra rapid cycle, which means that my mood shifts every week or so. And and we want to advance afterwards to other crowds like some ADHD and depression and anxiety and maybe women, etc. Right? But for me, I'm basically the first user of the app, and we added this integration. So I'm just within my normal ChatGPT window. I'm just asking it, when do you think my next down period will happen? You know, based on my data and based on my sleep,
Yeah.
and then it's really powerful.
Yeah. And the fact that it's usually bolted on top is, it's not really useful because the applications we buy, AI is interlaced in everything. Like it has access to everything. It can do everything. By the way, that's one of the reasons that we're right now at least focused on plain vanilla SaaS. Like we're not doing anything which is, regulated or complicated or financial or anything like that. I don't want to fuck up your bank account. I don't mind, if your email get fucked, it's fine, but like, what's your bank account?
Yeah, I mean that's the interesting point. You know, the email gets. I don't know if my email is getting fucked because of you guys. It's not. I will be very pissed, right?
Naturally, but again, like if it happens, it's because of you. Like, I mean, think of OpenClaw. I've 3 OpenClaws running at home. I waited like 1 week after it came out, so I was trying to be responsible, and then I installed them, and each of them has its own laptop without root access, his own Facebook, his own Gmail, his own, X account, its own phone tethered with it, with its own SIM card. I don't, I don't want them to have access to potentially dangerous attack surfaces. But like, meaning to say that the applications that we are working on, the worst case scenario is that they fuck up your email if you give them like full access. I like we don't really do email, but let's say Calendly. Okay, so it fucks up your calendar. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah. And I tried the OpenFlow. After early last year, I sort of pseudo shut down my startup Fredo AI. Like I let the people, the employees go, and I moved it to maintenance mode. Right, so we have a few thousand users, and I spent uh, around a year doing other things, doing purpose work, not doing anything. Like I didn't have any creative ideas for products. And then I started playing with OpenClaw. And then several months ago, I started playing with OpenClaw, and I felt like 100x or 1000x creative and capable. And it really felt amazing. It got the juices flowing, right? So it got other ideas running there. And but the thing is, for me, I'm right now, I'm on a break from OpenFlow. I'm on a break from agents, pretty much. It's really, I had at least 2 problems, right? One was addiction, right? I found myself like always on it, always waiting for it to respond. And when I was with people and I wasn't doing other work, I even told it I set up an attention budget. So I woke up every day with a credit of 10, and I told it that you can interact with me 10 times. After that, you need to send me to do something like meditation or some other work or exercise, that as a way to gain credits, right? So that was something I tried. But I think the worst thing for me is that it kept being broken. It kept getting broke. And I installed Cloud Code for the first time after OpenClaw. I installed Cloud Code and told it, okay, now I'm going to fix OpenClaw and fix OpenClaw. And eventually, I got tired of it not really doing what I wanted to do, right? So
Yeah, but it's I think it's there's a learning curve. Like for instance, one of my OpenClaws is really good, and the other one is kind of stupid. Like I opened a channel between them so they can speak, but like they're kind of dicks to each other, so it's not really working.
watch out that the stupid one doesn't teach the other one the bad
That's
things.
why I opened the channel for them to speak, but they're very cold to each other, so that like they're not really interacting unless I'm pushing it. So
No, I mean
it's
you want to the smart one to teach the stupid one, but just
yeah.
watch out that it doesn't happen the other way around.
I don't. Again, they're not really conversing. Like unless I make them talk, it's like 2 people who really don't want to speak with each other, and I'm forcing them. But like one of them is very useful and smart and understands me, and the other one keeps getting on my nerves to the point where Like literally one time I told you I'm going to format the laptop. It's like and he agreed with me, like he was out of line. But yeah, I think we're still like in the very, very early days. And in like, I don't know, 2-3 years, you're gonna live your life through one of those. I'm not
Yeah.
not necessarily OpenClaw, okay? But like that's the way we're going to perceive the world. With all the implications with regards to the World Wide Web, which is done.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think you've been building a lot more than me. So I'm like, from my perspective, I see there's no playbook yet, right? Everybody's writing the 20 different versions of the playbook and keep updating it. But you guys must, I'm guessing, you guys have a playbook, you have a methodology like for new companies.
Yes, but we are the entire format is very short term. So everything is based on velocity. We're from the moment a person starts, one of the solo entrepreneurs, we're starting. They have a week, two max, to decide which company they're aiming at or copying. Then they have 4 to 6 weeks to launch, and then they have additional, let's say, 4 or 5 months until they're supposed to get to break even. And we're aiming to sell them all. Like everything is supposed to be M&A.
Right.
Let's say 6 months, 12 months, something like that. Afterwards, who the fuck knows?
So it's not an eventual M&A. It's you have a date for that.
It's targeted M&A, yeah, where they're all built to be sold as soon as they're valuable enough.
And who are the potential clients or buyers? Sorry for.
Any SaaS company, most likely the incumbent that they're copying. Like for instance, I mean, think of Intercom. Okay, Intercom is the chat support. Their product is I think 3,000 to 5,000 a month. Ours is called Corby. It's $99 a month. Same functionality. Why wouldn't you use it? So I think they're likely to buy it because it's a slightly better product, has all the features, costs way less. They can buy it and start selling the product in different countries where they don't want to cannibalize their main brand, for example. But at the end, it's just like if you can run the same product with a single person, why would you have like 1,000 people on the payroll?
I mean, it's an interesting perspective. I haven't thought of like selling to the, the exact companies that you're copying. I mean, I guess people who are new and don't know how like these startups and this tech industry work, like there's this competition, right? They don't
Competition
want
is great. Competition is amazing. It means that there is demand. That's why we're aiming at these companies. There's proven product market fit, first of all. There's no argument there. People are spending hundreds of millions of dollars a year on these products. And clearly there's a demand, right? So we have product market fit. We have like full product market fit. And who wouldn't want to try a product which provides you the same functionality for 10% of the price?
right. So I think that's for people who know a little bit how this works. Competition isn't scary, right? Because exactly
Okay.
you said, but this all built to M&A or built for the actual people, companies you're copying, that's, I don't know, it feels new to me. It's like a bit, it's inspiring. It's a good
Israeli
idea. Good
chutzpah.
idea. Yeah. I don't know if it's like your innovation or if it's like, if it's a classical strategy in the founding.
Not exactly. There was one company that was called Rocket Internet like 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's why our logo is a homage to them. Like the rocket in the logo is a homage to them.
Nice.
Because basically that's what they did, right? They built Airbnb in Europe and sold it to Airbnb. They built, I don't remember all the companies, like they've built Uber in Europe and sold it to Uber.
Yeah. And so the way that you're working with these CEOs, by the way, I love how your website like has very prominently, there's this button, join as a CEO, right? It's very, very clear. So what's the model with these people? What type of, people, entrepreneurs you're looking for? Is it like a medium term? Like is the deal, come do it for a year and then you walk with equity, or what's the?
So basically, when they come, they first of all, we need to start working. They need to choose a project. Once they're ready to launch, we're just opening a new company. They get 30% of it, and they're the CEO. We are there. Both Ofa and myself are with them in every company. They're also very helpful to each other. So it's becoming a great community of solo entrepreneurs. I think it's very powerful to, when you're starting, to see people who started like a month or two before you, and they have launched product, paying customers. It's amazing, literally amazing. And I think the most important attribute is that they want to be entrepreneurs, like genuinely want, not just like the title. They want to do things for themselves, by themselves. Some of them started a couple of companies and failed, and they understand they need a bit more, wouldn't say mentorship because I hate the word, but I don't know, help, support, someone to seek advice from.
Why do you hate the word mentorship? I'm curious.
Because it's too assuming to the mentor that he knows everything, and I'm just like Miyagi. I don't I don't
Yeah.
think I know everything. I think I have, some experience. A lot of it is bad, so I can tell what things to avoid. But yeah, definitely. I mean, there's the age gap. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. It's youth is wasted on the young.
Yeah, but as we said before, it's going to start reversing now, right? The
I hope
biological age.
so.
Okay.
Counting on it.
Yeah. So I have two questions there. Like one question leading to another. So one, the model right now is only copying, only like existing companies, and do you have thoughts
Mhm.
about like just starting new companies or for new
Absolutely not.
ideas?
Absolutely not. It's the thing is, I mean, the company it's a well-known structure. The venture studio structure is well known. There are two huge problems with the model. Usually, one is how do you select the venture? Because usually it's just like VC. You're gambling on a venture which you have no idea what's going to happen with it. And we were able to create a model where we are gambling on something which is 100% proven. And the second big problem with venture studios is how do you find a venture CEO which is willing to come and spend 8, 9, 10 years of his life on something which doesn't burn in his bones? It's not his idea. And here we're telling them, listen, guys, it's going to be like 6, 12 months. No big deal. And you're going to learn a shit ton of things that later on, if it doesn't work out and it doesn't end up with an M&A, you've gained a lot of knowledge, information, connections uh, about some fields that usually you're not very exposed to. For example, marketing. Most people in Israel, especially uh, development oriented, doesn't know shit about marketing, and we're teaching them, performance marketing platforms. How do you handle them? All kind of the small knobs you can turn there, all kinds of ideas of how to work with it. So I think it brings a lot of value to the people who wouldn't end up with an M&A.
Right. Yeah, of course, there's a shit ton to learn there, and just to fill in the gap, the picture. So we start, a CEO gets 30% of the company, and he gets also some like salary, some like
Yeah,
monetary.
we're giving like base salary and also naturally 100K for performance marketing.
Okay, so the budget basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so this was the first question about the new ideas, and I want to tie it into my personal story. And again, I started this app Balance, and I always have ideas for different apps. It's like
Now you can do them all. It takes you like 2 days.
that's the theory. I mean, that's the promise. And
I saw yesterday a graph about the number of iPhone apps in the App Store rising dramatically, but the actual usage hasn't.
right. Yeah, and that ties into the marketing side, right? And
Yes, and also to the usability side, but still, I mean, think of the frustration of someone who keeps thinking, yeah, I had a great idea, but I had no budget to develop it. Now you can check if it's really a great idea or it's a stupid idea which you thought was great. So I think it's awesome.
right. Um, so I want to talk about again two things. First is this I have I have many ideas, right? And I have been dreaming, I guess, for 10 years about building something that sort of is like the wellspring for all these new ideas, right? I did most of I only found the name, the venture factory just a few years ago. But I think I want to build something like that eventually. But I'm in a different phase and I have different parameters. Like my manic depression disorder is one thing that's like preventing me from being full on. And also, I don't think I want to be like the full, a classical founder, 16 hours a day. Uh,
I don't think you need to. I'm not.
no.
Fuck no, dude. I've done that for like all my life. I'm done with this shit. No, seriously, why? I'm not 20 anymore. I don't need to prove anything to anyone. I'm doing this 99% because I'm enjoying it, when 1% because I'm very curious to see how it's going to end up.
Yeah, because it's like a learning experience in itself.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm working with young entrepreneurs. I'm helping them to become better entrepreneurs. We're building really cool shit. I know everything about, all the news about AI gets to me because all of us sit together every Sunday, all day. And, chances are some of them have already encountered some news. So we all talk about it. And I think we're pushing forward the AI revolution because we're forcing the large public and private corporations to adopt AI or they die. So yeah, I think we're doing cool shit.
Yeah, it's some sort of AI arbitrage, right?
Exactly. It's exactly what I'm saying to people. We're taking advantage of the AI arbitrage, not only in R&D, also in marketing
Mm-hmm.
and in pretty much any other field, like content writing, anything we can. Everything is done with AI. Everything can be done is done with AI. So
AI,
yeah,
AI first in the true sense.
yeah, yeah. And I think if you have a lot of ideas, you can pretty much run it yourself if you want, like your kind of ID factory. You,
Right.
you
So
can,
I have these many different ideas, and I've been trying to like at least prioritize one, right? Not to get too distracted. So the main thing I've been working on for the last 6 months is balance, and it's a working product. We're getting our first user. We haven't done any actual marketing yet, but if I were to, I'm actually going to start looking for a CEO myself, right? I want to find a CEO to help me just take this to the next level, either because I can't or because I don't want to. I can
yeah,
at least fully. What advice do you have for me when I'm looking for my CEO, basically to do like, one instance of what you guys are doing?
I think it's more difficult with your dilemma because we don't really tell, okay, you're going to do that. We're giving them a list of about 100 companies and
Mhm.
they research and they select one. So it's still, to a certain extent, it's still their choice, which is both psychologically and factually better. Um, Unless, you find someone who's genuinely interested in what you want them to lead. And then,
I think that's a mandatory requirement. I mean, I can't.
yeah.
It
So
won't.
with us, so for us, it's not mandatory. I mean, you just need to not to hate the field. It doesn't have to be the thing you enjoy most.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved what the concept of what we did in Simplex. I think it was super important for the crypto industry, hence for the world. I was very naive, and all of us, let's say everyone who joined crypto, like up until even 2014, has done it on an ideological level.
Mhm.
And and at least to my feeling, we were enabling users, people around the world to buy billions worth of dollars of crypto and getting it in their hands to get it dirty. And I think it was, I mean, I had some amazing time and some horrible time. Now I just want to have amazing time with AI. But I still think it's important. I think it's, we're helping to push progress.
Yeah, now right at the infrastructure level, so it's
Yeah.
affecting everything basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so back to me. Do you have any advice for me in my quest for?
I think it's
Yes.
not really. I think it's a very difficult task. because you need to find someone who connects with you and connects with the idea of the company and has the skills. So, it's it's a difficult task because
Yeah.
for us, I mean, they do need to connect with us, and they need to be hardcore AI adopters, but they don't need to necessarily highly connect with the idea of the company. Like, I mean, one of the guys is doing forms. He's not excited about forms.
It's not about the company. It's about the process, getting in,
Yeah,
doing the thing, getting out.
yeah.
Right.
Getting in, becoming really good at something that you're not necessarily very interested in, uh, and having full ownership on that, because they have full on, like, they're the CEO. I'm not arguing with them. I'm trying to help them in many cases, but I'm not arguing with them. Like, it's their decision usually.
Right. And so it's they have a okay, so they have 30% equity
Yeah,
and
but they're the CEO. I mean, generally the board of directors guides the CEO like what to do, but he doesn't tell him, okay, you do that, you do that, tomorrow you do that. We're there, we have investors, so we need to keep, we need to maintain their interest in the companies. But the CEO is the CEO.
Mhm. And do you have anything to say about the hiring process? Like, is it different from your previous hires? How to hire
Yeah,
CEO?
absolutely. Mostly what I'm looking for is some background in software development and, preferably AI software. I don't think anyone today has software development experience without AI, but and wanting to be entrepreneurs, and my personal opinion about the person and my partner's personal opinion about them. Usually it's enough, so it can be done, in a week we can hire a new guy.
Mhm.
It's not like, where you have a full mechanism that takes months and,
Yeah, I mean you have a case for probably right, and it's like
yeah. Yeah. And some people find that it's not to their liking and they quit. We had already 4 guys quit. One after a day, one after 4 days, one after 3 weeks, and one after 2 months.
Mhm.
Because it wasn't for them, and it's all good. Uh, we part ways as friends, and it's all good. Not everybody has to be an entrepreneur.
And are you aware of any other like mechanisms similar to inevitable AI? Like this type of, I don't know if this type needs a category. This category needs a name.
It's basically a venture studio. It's just like just like a venture studio on steroids. No, I don't know of anything like that exactly. Um,
So
but I
basically,
think
you want to be the first. The first, and you say you want to do 50 companies. You say in what period of time, and what happens after the 50th.
so. The plan was to do it in a year, but the war has dramatically decreased our pace. Like, we couldn't meet new people for like 2 months, and because we always have to meet them, and we couldn't meet together for a couple of months, so everything slowed down. But now we're picking up the pace again. So it will take more than a year, maybe like a year and a half. And then we'll decide. I mean, if we sell one company, then we can return money to the investors. If we're selling 2 companies, we can start another batch of 50. If it's going to be like another year from now, I'm assuming we can start doing the same for fintech, insurtech, regtech, all of that.
Yeah. So it's like fund one, fund two,
Yeah, but it's not a fund. I hate being referred to as if I fucking hate VCs. So yeah, but it's
batch. I don't know.
wave upon wave.
Yeah.
Uh, we'll see. I don't know. And it still needs to be still fun for me to do it in a year. So we'll see.
Yeah. Mhm. Okay. I think my brain is drying up of
Okay, one more book I want to recommend if you haven't read it already, Accelerando.
Accelerando. I'm writing it down.
Yeah, by what is his name? Strauss.
Sprouse.
Let me Google that as well.
Yeah. The singularity. Strauss.
Strauss, yeah. If
Okay.
you haven't read it, you have to. It's an amazing book. And Um, you understand why open claw is a lobster.
And wasn't that explained already? I think.
It's from the book.
I, don't- I think I might have googled that, but specific
Okay,
explanation without.
because you had the question. So
Yeah.
that like one of the secondary plots in the book is a virtual lobster looking to be emancipated. It's like a simulation of a lobster brain, the first like full brain created online, and they're looking to get emancipated.
So they're not just lobsters; they're smart. Not just
Yeah,
virtual, but
conscious.
smart virtual
Yeah,
lobsters.
lobsters, yeah, yeah,
For me, lobsters is key in my mind to Jordan Peterson's, right. It is 12 books for 12 rules for life. But the first rule is I don't know. He's associated with lobsters uh, because of the way they evolved back
yeah.
then. Um, okay, I think we could call it a wrap. It's
Great.
been great talking to you.
Same here.
I don't know if it's been 12 years or shorter for a serious one-on-one, not just a brush, but we should probably
Probably
let's have the next one take less time
before the singularity.
before it's here. You mean before 3 months from now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right.